Connor from Montgomery hit me. He said, hey, what's your thought process on the Bama quarterback battle this spring? Do you go for the guy who's been there in Ty Simpson or the shiny new toy in Keelan Russell? Well, I go with the guy who gives me the best chance to win. And that's not coach speak because I'm not a coach. So how could it be coach speak? My core opinion on this is unchanged. So here's the deal. That's Ty Simpson's job to lose. I thought that going into spring. I thought it during spring. I will continue to think that. I think they've got a chance to be a really good team with him leading the way, and he's got a chance to be a really good story. Ty Simpson's a former blue chip quarterback who's been there a few years now. He did not come in and start immediately. He had to bide his time, and he had options to go elsewhere, and he hasn't. And now he could be the starting quarterback at Alabama. It's pretty bygone as a concept. You don't start immediately as a highly rated kid at that position. You move on. Well, Ty Simpson didn't. So hopefully he has a good year this year if he's their starter, and we celebrate that. But what has changed maybe just a smidge in my mind is the pecking order in that room, because I did think Keelan Russell could come in and as a true freshman could make some noise. I solidly think he's their number 2 now. And I would not have said solidly before spring camp because he had not, taken a snap in a major college football program. Well, he has now. And he's got some stuff, I'm just telling you, point blank, you can't hide. And I don't know when you'll see it. I don't know what they'll do with their format for A-Day. I don't know. Maybe they'll be up by 30 on Florida State in week 1 and you'll see him. Maybe you won't see him until week 8. But eventually you'll see Keelan Russell this fall, and you'll see what I'm talking about because he's a true freshman and stuff's still moving a million miles an hour for him mentally. But there's stuff he has that only God can give you. And from the neck up, the stuff he can control, he is razor sharp with. And there'll be that wow moment. You remember when Tua first came to Alabama and Hurts was the starter, but they'd put him in garbage time and you'd see him do some stuff. And it ended up making a lot of people say, wait a second, is he our best quarterback? Lo and behold, he ends up taking the reins in the national title game. I'm not suggesting something that radical, but I am saying I think that's solidly the guy who will give them the next best chance to win. And that's not to be down on Austin Mack. I think especially accuracy-wise, he's come a long way since last year. And I don't think they hate what they see from him at all, so don't take it to mean that. But Keelan Russell's a special player, and Ty Simpson's rock solid and dependable. The thing to remember here is when that's the case, normally you'd like to have a completely 2 or 3 deep loaded tailback room that you can lean on and you can just ground and pound your way and play action and just ask guys not to lose you the game. I'm not sure that's Alabama this year. I think they're good at tailback. Let me cut in really quick and ask, look, prayer hands, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And if you think you're subscribed, check and make sure. Over 50% of you aren't. It's free, it doesn't sign you up for anything, and it helps us keep the show free, college football year-round, the way God intended it. All right, back to the clip. I don't think they'll be elite there. And if they're not, then that means you've got to have quarterbacks make plays and win you games. And that's where I got a bit of good news for you. I think that wide receiver room could be one of the best in the country. So, I mean, they've got some guys emerging there who can get them the ball consistently and relatively mistake-free. That's what you're asking, and that's what God invented spring for. But, yeah, I've thought that was Ty Simpson's job to lose. I still think it is. And we'll see what the rest of spring brings. I'm interested to see what they do with the format of their spring game next week. Because, there's a world where they don't show anything, and there's a world where even if that is the case, you put the football in someone's hands and you blow the whistle, they're going to try as hard as they can. And that quarterback situation is interesting. If some guys just happen to do some things at the right time.